What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? So if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. We'll get this thing rolling. If you're watching on the replay, you could probably just skip ahead a little bit because for the next few seconds, I'm just going to let some people join. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. You guys can see me. Can you guys give me a like? Give me a comment just to make sure that I'm coming through loud and clear. What up, Frazier? What's up, Jane? If you're easily offended, this might not be for you. What we want to do, and I wanted to do something that's a little bit different, that's never been done before. What I really wanted to do was break down with you what's really happening on like really deep level psychology. And this is stuff that like, I'm a firm believer of what they call the philosophy of magic in sales, or the philosophy of magic in persuasion. So to persuade to me really is a magical ability. And so if you want to really understand it, there's a guy named Tim Larkin who he's all about how to defend yourself. And his main thought process is like, if you really want to learn how to defend yourself, then you have to understand violence. And if you want to understand violence, you have to understand the criminal element, and you have to basically study criminals in order to be able to be safe and to protect yourself in any sort of situation. Right? And so this is that same thing. What we want to do is go into really like the depths of what's out there and break this stuff down. And I'm going to basically walk you guys through this stuff, and I'm going to break down what's happening so you can see this and you really start to like understand psychology on a deeper level than anybody's really ever exposed it before. And that you're able to see like what's crazy is if you watch this, because we're going to watch parts of this together. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but we'll go through a breakdown on this. And if you watch this stuff, I mean, you're going to be amazed. Like you'll see how much this parallels the internet marketing community. It will kind of freak you out. So just give me a comment if you're ready, and then we'll go into it and I'll start breaking things down for you and understanding like, if you can understand what they call the ism. And so the ism is like a way of being, a way of carrying, a way of communicating that like pimps really have mastered, then you can start to understand how you're going to influence people in other sorts of contexts. So if you're ready, throw a heart or a comment in the comment box, and then we'll get rolling. So it looks like there's a few of you guys here and we're ready to rock. Let me pull this up. All right.
Pimps up, hose down, ladies and gentlemen. Without any further ado,
how low quality this is also hilarious, but you'll check this stuff out. All right, first, let's take note of how they're dressed. Gold chain, big fur, glasses, cars have rims, right? So you'll see they all got this. Canes, accessories.
There's only one way to be a pimp, is to have a prostitute. And it's best to have more than one, because to have one is so close to none.
So it's best to have more than one because one is so close to none. What pimps do, if you understand what they're doing, they use this principle. It's called the reason for rhyme. And so the reason for rhyme principle is a principle where you're more likely to perceive something as true if it rhymes. Right? So one of the old sayings, like if you are in college in the US that you'll hear a lot is liquor before beer and you're in the clear, beer before liquor, never been sicker, right? And so people actually think that's true. They think that like, oh, that makes sense and that's just how it is. But it's not. You just think it's true because it rhymes. That's how stupid we are as a species, that if something rhymes, then we perceive it to be true because people have put more intention into the creation of that thing, right? They put more energy into the creation of that thing. And so like if you, with snakes, you know, it's, what was it? black touches yellow, you're a lucky fellow. Black touches red, and you're gonna be dead, or something like that. I forget how it goes, but the same thing, right? Like we've used the human principle of reason for rhyme so that if we create rhymes, then we're more likely going to perceive something to be true, right? So first of all, that's one of the things that you'll see if you listen to the language patterns that they're using consistently. They're actually just going to be like spitting all these rhymes. And in fact, this is where a lot of rap comes from. In fact, rap music is like heavily proliferated by pimpology. So they use rhyming as a persuasive mechanism, which is amazing. And you'll start to see, now that I've pointed it out, and on your own time, you guys could go deep into this too, but you'll see how often they rhyme. It's kind of absurd. Also, when I'm playing this, can you guys can you hear the audio, or are you not able to hear the audio? This guy's hilarious. His name's White Folks. He's like the one white guy.
Some women, you know what I'm saying, it's just hoe. They just love the hoe.
Man, it's an art to pimping, because if it was so easy, man, every guy be doing it, because a lot of guys want the opportunity to control some females.
See how they talk about control? That's what they're talking about. And it's all about mind control. So let's see. Let's find a segment here. All right. This is one of the most famous guys of all time. His name's Don Magic Juan, and he's like friends with Snoop Dogg, and he's one of the more famous pimps that's ever lived. And if we listen to his language patterns, you'll start to see kind of what he talks about. It's pretty fascinating.
I'm telling you, man, I go to the gang bangers, I go to the pimp, I go what you consider to the outcasts of society. I'm their bishop. The people crown me to be their bishop. I love the Lord, but I respect what a man do. That's right. If that's what he got to do. And I believe that if a person set out to be something, try to be the best of whatever he set out to be. I am. I hear you, young man here reading the pimp book, Jack. Trying to get some knowledge into the game. Yeah, we give him about 10 years, he may take the crown in the pimp game. He reading a good book. They better all get that book from Pimp.
See, he even wrote a book, right? The name of his book is From Pimp Stick to Pulpit. So you see how he uses rhyme as a persuasive mechanism, even in the title of his book. It's pretty mind-blowing.
It's magic by the Don Magic Wand. Him say, boy, I'm telling you, once you put that book up, you ain't gonna never want to put it down, man. I'm telling you, this can affect the rest of your life. That's right. I'm telling you, man, it'll change you, young blood. Next thing you know, you be wanting to pimp.
You see that kid's face? He is hypnotized by him.
That's right. I'm telling you, man.
Look at that look in his eyes. You see that? He's just totally hypnotized by this guy. It's mind-blowing.
It'll change you, young blood. Next thing you know, you be wanting to pimp. Just cause I pimp, I didn't want my son to pimp, because it didn't necessarily mean he was gonna make it like me.
See how captivated all these people's faces are? Look at their eyes, their open expression. It's showing that he's commanding their room and their respect. These furs and these diamonds and these tailor-made suits and these gators. The Cadillac. Don't let him fool you. So obviously he's pointing out all of his mechanisms as persuasive devices, which he's using what's called glamour, and glamour is a form of visual persuasion. So he's pointing out all of these insane persuasive devices that he's using to captivate people.
With all this, go to school, get your education. Because when you start pimping, hey man, it's worth for to use your mind than it is to lift this whole building. Woo, man, gonna go through some changes. Don't do that to yourself. Stay in school, get you a good job, do the right thing. Pimping ain't easy, but I know somebody had to do it. Right. I want you to know I started off real early in my career as a pimp. It's this thing about money. You learn about it so fast early in life, and you want plenty of it. and you watch TV and see some of the things on TV that you wish you could have, or cars you wish you could drive, houses you wish you could live in. Come up in a home, no father, 7 sisters and brothers. I mean, mother on welfare, dropped out of school early so I could get me some paper. Y'all ready, man? Come on, man. Hey, baby. Wasn't no doctor or lawyer. I mean, I'm even watching a pimp come out with 3, 4 fan automobile. You know what I mean? I tried to work, man, but it just wasn't in my blood. It wasn't my thing. I tried. I mean, honestly, I tried, but it really wasn't my bag. And what I would do is I would get to know the guys at the job to do whatever they wanted to do. Guys, to have a big machine with the guy. But I wanted to have that big car. I wanted to have the clothes, the jewelry. I mean, I wanted all the women. And I didn't know how I was going to achieve it, but when you first get into that game, though, all you want is one good woman. You want a nice car. You want a fine suit. You know.
Free society in which I am a member.
So this guy is hilarious. His name's White Folks, and he's like the one white pimp. And the fact that this guy exists is the funniest thing that you'll ever see in your life. But you got to hear his language patterns again.
I got my name about 18 or 20 years ago. On the low end, actually, you know, before I really got...
See how they wear sunglasses? It's at night. He's driving his car at night, and he's got sunglasses. Who in the world needs sunglasses? But what happens is, if you deny someone eye contact, it then increases basically a degree of status and glamour. And so by denying the person eye contact, then that creates an air of mystery, and mystery is an element of glamour. So that is why they do what they do.
My feet wet in the game, right? And some brothers just started calling me white folks, and ever since then it just stuck. I was about 20 when I really started getting my feet wet. And really, you know, getting this ism under my belt as far as how to communicate, you know, how to dress, how to finesse. But, you know, I got educated in the hood.
How to dress, how to finesse. So you see how he's talking about is how to communicate, how to dress, how to finesse. So he's talking about how you use your body language, how you use visual persuasion, and then how you use verbal persuasion. All together, you combine them, and then bam, that's how you take it to the next level in terms of persuasion.
I feel like that was, you know, a blessing for me, being Caucasian, and, you know, to be able to come to the other side of the fence, you know, and be accepted. And also be able to do some of the things that some of the great Macs of the past that have done. Also, you know, to be recognized cross country. About the last 10 years, I started having a lot of white girls. Back march on Washington. With any, they automatically come up with it. You heard them say the game has changed. In the old days, she'd be under pimp arrest. Pimp arrest is when a bitch is placed under arrest for violating rules. Subject to get broke. If she made any money.
So you talk about pimp arrest, where someone is basically in violation of breaking the rules, and you got to understand that. Imagine what you're doing when you're creating the rules. If you're the reason that there are rules that exist, now you're the person in authority. You're the person in control. So the idea that they're even creating the rules, who is even following these rules? Why are people even following these rules? It doesn't even make sense. But the fact that the rules exist and that they're the ones who are dictating what the rules are and they're determining what the rules are, then that is giving them already a moment of authority and status, right? And so authority and status, as well as they have all the tools and the visual persuasion to project the ideal future self of success, of wealth, and all these different things. So by doing this, they're basically creating so much authority that they can't help but hypnotize people. So that's all for now. If you guys enjoyed this, drop me a comment. what I'd like to see. Let's see what kind of emoji I want to see in here. Oh, good point, Fraser. Yeah, all rock stars do wear sunglasses, and so when you're wearing sunglasses, you are aligning yourself with them. And all rock stars wear sunglasses for the same reason, right? Is to keep the distance, and that builds an air of mystery. And then through the air of mystery, that's how you basically can really get someone to admire you almost, or be curious about you, be captivated and hypnotized and fascinated by you. So if you enjoyed this, leave a little sunglasses emoji like this little guy here. And then we'll do more. I'm also happy to go deeper into this. I realize that probably some of this is not the best for a Facebook venue. So I will put together a more in-depth training, because some of you guys, this might not be your cup of tea, and that's cool. I totally respect whatever your personal beliefs are, or whatever. If this isn't for you, that's cool. But if you want to go deeper into this stuff, then just comment below, say, let's do a full-length video, and then I'll do a whole breakdown of this stuff, because we just barely scratched the surface. Like, if you really take this thing and analyze it, and you start to understand why they're doing what they're doing and how it's working, it's insane. It will blow your mind, and it will actually make you a lot better at sales calls. So again, leave a sunglasses emoji if this was something that you really enjoyed. And if you want more, say, let's go deeper. All right, y'all.